We came to South Africa to experience the wildlife, to see rhinos in their natural home. But what we discovered here in Kruger National Park tells a very different story. A story that most visitors never fully see. The reality of rhino poaching and why the battle to protect them is far from over. South Africa is home to the majority of the world's remaining rhinos. These animals are iconic, powerful, and sadly under constant threat. Poaching isn't something new, but standing here, seeing it firsthand, you realise just how serious it still is. When we visited the Satara Rest Camp in Kruger, there was an anti-poaching display, and that's when it really hit us. This isn't just history, this is happening right now. Seeing the display, the statistics, and even the reality of dehorned rhinos, it brings home the scale of what's happening. These animals are being targeted for one reason: rhino horn. And despite increased protection, the threat hasn't gone away. In many ways, it's just become more complex. What shocked us most is that this isn't always an outside job. In a recent case, 3 former SANParks employees were convicted for their role in rhino poaching inside Kruger National Park. That's hard to take in. The very people trusted to protect wildlife becoming part of the problem. It shows just how organised and pressured this situation has become. But it's important to say this: the majority of rangers are out there every day risking their lives to protect these animals. This isn't the full picture, but it's a part of it we can't ignore. So why is this still happening? The answer is complicated. Rhino horn is incredibly valuable on the black market, driven by international demand. Organised crime syndicates are involved, making this more than just poaching. It's a global issue. Add to that poverty, opportunity and corruption, and it becomes a very difficult problem to solve. Even with advanced anti-poaching units, surveillance and security, the people protecting these parks are up against well-funded networks. So, are we losing the battle to save the rhino? It might feel like it sometimes, but the reality is more balanced than that. There are people on the ground fighting every single day, rangers, conservationists, and organisations working to protect what's left. Progress is being made, but the fight is far from over. And the more time you spend here, the more you realise it's not just rhinos. The pressure on wildlife in South Africa goes far beyond a single species. Elephants targeted for ivory, predators like lions caught in conflicts and illegal trade, even smaller animals affected by traps, habitat loss and human expansion. What starts as a story about one animal quickly becomes something much bigger. It's a constant fight to protect an entire ecosystem. And it's not just rhinos facing pressure. The African wild dog, one of the continent's most endangered predators, is also struggling to survive. With habitat loss and increasing conflict with humans, their numbers remain critically low. It's another reminder that this isn't just about one species. It's about protecting an entire ecosystem. Because this isn't just happening in one place. Across Africa, wildlife is under pressure from multiple directions at once: expanding human populations, land being used differently, and organised networks that profit from illegal wildlife trade. It's not as simple as stopping one group or one person. This is a system, and it's constantly adapting, which makes the job of protecting these animals even harder. But there's another side to this story, because for every threat, there are people standing against it. Rangers out in the field every day and night, monitoring, tracking, protecting, often in dangerous conditions. Conservation teams working behind the scenes, using technology, intelligence and community support to try and stay one step ahead. It's not something most visitors see, but it's happening all the time. And even with all of that effort, the truth is it's still not enough to completely stop it. That's the reality. This isn't a simple win or lose situation. It's a constant battle, one step forward, sometimes followed by a step back. And that's what makes it so difficult, because the stakes couldn't be higher. Spending time here changes how you see things. It's easy to look at wildlife from the outside and think everything is protected, everything is safe. But being here, you realise how fragile it really is. Every sighting feels more meaningful. Every moment feels like something that shouldn't be taken for granted. Rhinos have walked this earth for millions of years, long before humans ever existed, and yet today their survival depends almost entirely on us. South Africa is home to the largest population of rhinos in the world, but even here they are under constant threat. In some areas, rhinos are even dehorned as a way to protect them. It's a drastic measure, but one that can reduce the risk of poaching. Even so, it's not a perfect solution, because as long as demand exists, the threat remains. And one of the biggest challenges is how slowly rhinos reproduce. A female rhino can take several years between calves, so when one is lost to poaching, it's not just one life gone, it's years of future generations lost as well. Rhinos aren't just important because they're iconic. They play a role in shaping the environment around them, helping maintain the balance of the ecosystem. When they disappear, it affects far more than just one species. And that's what makes this so difficult, because this isn't just about stopping poaching, it's about staying ahead of it, constantly. When people think of poaching, they often imagine a single person sneaking into a park, but the reality is far more organised than that. These are often coordinated operations, with teams, information and planning. Some track animal movements, others handle transport, and others move the horn across borders. It's structured, more like a network than a single act. Technology has become a big part of the fight. Drones, tracking systems, surveillance, all used to monitor and protect wildlife. But the challenge is, those involved in poaching are adapting too. It's a constant race, each side trying to stay one step ahead. A lot of this happens at night, when visibility is low, when parks are at their quietest. Rangers patrol in the dark, often in dangerous conditions, knowing that the people they're up against may be armed. It's not just conservation, it's a high-risk environment. At the centre of it all is money. Rhino horn can fetch extremely high price on the black market, and that kind of value attracts organised crime. What might start locally quickly becomes part of an international trade, which makes stopping it far more complicated than it first appears. Kruger National Park alone covers nearly 2 million hectares. That's an enormous area to protect, with open boundaries, remote sections and wildlife constantly moving. It's impossible to watch every part of it all the time, and that's one of the biggest challenges, the scale of the landscape itself. There are also human factors that can't be ignored: communities living near protected areas, economic pressures, limited opportunities. None of this excuses poaching, but it helps explain why it continues, because conservation doesn't exist in isolation, it's connected to people's lives as well. What often isn't seen is what happens after. The loss of a single animal doesn't just end there, it can affect calves left behind, disrupt breeding patterns, and change the behaviour of other wildlife in the area. The impact spreads further than most people realise. There have been efforts that are making a difference: increased protection, better coordination, and stronger enforcement in some areas. But even with progress, the pressure hasn't disappeared, and that's why the situation still feels so fragile. This isn't a simple story of good versus bad. It's a complex situation, with global demand, local realities, and ongoing efforts to protect what remains. And that's what makes it so difficult to solve. The more time you spend in places like this, the more you begin to understand just how delicate it all is. What looks wild and untouched is actually carefully protected. Every animal you see here is part of something much bigger, a system that depends on balance. And when that balance is disrupted, the effects don't stay in one place, they spread across the land, across species, across time. It's easy to take these moments for granted, to see a rhino or an elephant and assume they'll always be here. But the reality is, nothing about this is guaranteed. The fight to protect wildlife isn't something distant. It's happening here, every single day, in ways most people never see, quietly, consistently, and often against difficult odds. And maybe that's what stays with you the most. Not just the sightings, but the understanding of what it takes to keep them possible. Because once you've seen it for yourself, it's hard to look at it the same way again. You don't just see wildlife anymore, you see what's at risk. Along the busy N4 highway between Middelburg and Nelspruit, there's a place where travellers stop for fuel, coffee and something unexpected. Alzoo Petroport isn't just a rest stop, it's a small sanctuary, a place where wildlife still exists alongside everyday life. At the heart of it is a white rhino family, and among them a young calf named Zalu, a reminder of what conservation can protect when care and effort come together. It's places like this that quietly show that protection doesn't only happen inside national parks, it can exist anywhere people choose to value it.
So we're at Alzoo. Alzoo is like a we call it a services in the UK. And Alzoo, at this particular stop, they've got rhino, they've got lots of buffalo, they've got all kinds of eland and kudu and lots of antelope here. I'm not sure what else they've got, but if you have a look out there, just look at the buffalo up here. As we were driving in, we could see there's zebras down there. I don't know if you can, I'm trying to get them in the film, but there's zebras down there. As we came off the highway, we saw some rhinos sleeping out in the fields. So it's like a protected area. So they do give them special feed because the area is not completely great for them, but they don't really interact with the animals, so they're still pretty wild. Right, okay, that's it. Alzoo, great place.
If you followed our journey through South Africa, thank you for being part of it. This experience has meant more to us than we expected, and being able to share it makes it even more special. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do that simply by subscribing, liking the video and following along as we continue our journey. We may be heading back to the UK, but this isn't the end. There's still more to come, and we'd love for you to be part of it.